am speechless.
Okay.
I am without speech.
Okay.
I don't have any.
Wow. I expected more from you. But
After 8 months, I mean, I understand. I understand your concerns. So, there are some stories that need to be told.
I disagree, but
Oh, okay.
go on.
I mean, it's 8 months of stories, but... Okay.
I have no stories other than just me in my room reading and thinking. That's all.
Contemplating.
Yeah.
Wow.
It isn't that difficult to do.
Were you
alone.
like Plato, to where he was under house arrest for the rest of his life?
I didn't know about that, but
Yeah.
I assume that's an apt comparison.
Well, no, wait. I think it was Plato. It was Plato. The church came to him and they were like, "You are
The Catholic Church.
Yeah, the Catholic Church.
I knew it.
Yes.
The Catholic Church is always evil.
They always are. And they were like, came out and they were like, "Well, your ideas are radical. You need to repent." And
What were his ideas?
His idea, right? Plato.
Yeah.
Plato, I think, came up with gravity. No, he didn't come up with gravity. He
That
came
was
up.
Isaac Newton. I
He,
think.
yeah, the apple dropping on his head. But no, Plato was. No, Plato.
I believe he came up with the mind-body duality.
I think so. Yeah, he
But
came up
that's
with
it.
big
I don't
ideas.
see what that has to do with the Catholic Church, though. So.
Plato came up with he came up with how the sun, how all planets revolved around the sun, and up to that point, like everybody, including the Catholic Church, thought that all the planets revolved around Earth.
Interesting.
So they came and they were like,
what year was this?
I mean, Plato lived like
the year of one.
So, yeah, basically, like super long ago.
Yeah, I knew it was sometime in ancient times.
Yes, and so anyway, so they they came and they were like, you have to repent of these things, and he repented, but reliable sources say that he whispered under his breath as he repented, yet these things are still true, or something. And from that point on, they put him under house arrest, and then he just died, a lonely man.
Wow.
So that's what you were like. You were like, you're sitting in your room for the last 8 months, and I'm like, this reminds me of Plato.
I'm like the Ayatollah Khomeini, the engineer of the Iranian Revolution. He was in hiding.
I think my brain just busted because that word was too complicated.
Khomeini, that's his last name. I don't know if that's how it's pronounced, but the Ayatollah is basically like the Pope of Islam. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And he was in hiding for a long time, recording his sermons and everything. But then he didn't die like Plato. He came back and engineered the Iranian Revolution.
So in other words, he